Welcome to another video by Techie Mama, your best source for tutorials on WordPress and mompreneur tech. Let's get started. Today we are in Dubsado and I want to take a look at how to create proposals that you can send to your clients with your different packages and prices. So we're currently in projects. We've talked about the dashboard. We're going to go into templates and take a look at our packages. We have a couple of packages, just preset ones, sample package 1, sample package 2, 3, and a couple add-ons, and then a discount that we have set up for $100 off. So if we go into forms, this is where we have contracts, sub-agreements, questionnaires, proposals, and lead capture forms. I like to start from a template because I don't like a blank screen, and then I change up the template drastically. So the best way is to go into the template library and let's go in and select type of thing that we want, so a proposal. And I have found that either the general proposal or the design and styling proposal are two good ones to start out with. If you're in one of these specific areas, you might actually like some of these other ones better. But for web design, these are the two that I have used. So we can go in and we can preview each of these. So it has a nice header. It's going to get some information, budget. So you have a kind of a drop down for a budget, spaces to be done. So this can be something that we can like change to different field or different area. We don't need to use all of these, of course. Have some radio buttons. I look at this more for the type of fields that we have in here and maybe some of the questions to give us ideas. And not so much the content, because the content is not gonna match what I do. So if we go back and we go back down to proposal, and let's just look at the general sample. So the general sample has a logo. You can do your packages in kind of with images, and then additional add-ons. And I actually brought in our add-ons. Ask additional questions, and not quite showing off what's down there, but a little footer. So let's go with this one. This one's a little bit simpler, and then we can talk about some of the fields that we can add to it. So we're going to copy to our account, and it's automatically going to come up with the form in an editable format. So let's first change the name. So let's say this is our web design packages. And we can add our logo. And so let's drag and drop our packages here. So we'll keep these images. We'll pretend that they're associated with the industry that we're in. Now we're going to go in and drop our packages. So we're going to click on package and drag here. And then, so this has package name and the total and the currency. That's the format of this package. What we have to do here is we have to go in and select one of our packages. So let's say we're going to select package 1. We can also go in and pre-select it. So I like to do this if I've talked with a client before and we've kind of talked about what they're looking for and what they need, then I go ahead and pre-select which one I think is going to be the best fit for them. They always have the option to go in and uncheck it and check something different. But it's nice to kind of have it already checked and move forward from there. So we'll get rid of that. And let's do package 2. Notice here we have package name and then package total, and you can see what that looks like. If you want more information to come in from the package, you can go in and click on Insert Smart field, and then go over to packages, and you have all of the information that come with your package. So if you want item names and amounts, that will do like a kind of a breakdown of what everything costs. And then the other option that you have is item names and descriptions. I like doing this one because then they can kind of see what is included. You do need to go in and look at your formatting in the package itself to make sure it's not going all together. So let's go ahead and close this and we can kind of look at that. So this works. This is a nice little table. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit in the 3-column layout, so it's a little hard. And then this one, it looks like it's kind of crowded all together. A lot of times if I change the formatting to be a bulleted list, or if I add some hard returns into the description itself, then that will fix that issue. So let's say we want to keep the package items. Let's try and make it a little bit smaller. Let's see what that looks like. That's kind of nice. So it has the breakdown of what everything costs, so they can see that. So we can get rid of this one. If we want to do that same thing for package 1, we can do a copy and then click and drag it up here. And then if we click on this again, we can go in and change it back to package 1. And then we can delete our smaller package 1. So for this last one, we can drag and drop, or we can also copy since we've added more fields. So I really like to copy things. Let's see the other items that we can add, just so you can kind of get an idea. So we have the name. Scroll down. There we go. There's our name. So we have the name already. We have the package items, item names and amounts. We tried this one and that didn't quite work. We can also just include the item names. So, of course, this is on the last one, so we can't see it. Now let's drag this over here so we can see the options. Now we can drag it back. Item names are just going to kind of come up as a list of names. Let's go up here and put it there. So if that made more sense, rather than this is another item and this package has 2 things. If it was like, you know, design of 5 pages and SEO or something like that. It's basically these 2 options without the description and prices and so forth. Let's see, we can also add different totals. So right now we have package total. I don't believe it comes with tax, so we can also do package total with tax. So if you're doing taxes, you can add that automatically. You can also just add tax total as an option, and you can see it comes up with 0 because we don't have any taxes set up. And then we have a couple of different options for the select. First, we have quantity that we can add. So if it's something like maintenance package, and they can select how many months they want or something like that, they can go in and enter a quantity in here. And it will automatically add that up. So that's quantity, and then let's look at our different select options. This gets funky sometimes. I'm gonna put them up here. There we go. So under package, and then if you scroll down, you have an option for a large checkbox and a small checkbox, and then the button. So we have the button there, but it's the same kind of button. And you can change this to any text that you want. and it will update it there. So a couple different ways that they can select a package. All right, I'm going to go ahead and delete that since we butchered it, and just to drag over our nice table, and we'll select package 3 and close that, delete that. Okay, so now we have the optional add-ons, and they've actually added this already for us. So sample add-on 1 is $6.50. If we wanted to include some more information about that sample add-on, it's being difficult because of the, let's do item names. Oh, it also didn't do the lettering quite right. So let's completely redo this because that's actually typed in and not the fields. So we're going to close this and we're going to do this a different way. So let's go in and drag in a package. So again, it does our default kind of package name and select box, but we can go in and change that. So if we wanted a checkbox instead, we can put our cursor up here and under package do large checkbox. Oops. This gets a little funky with the formatting, but you can play with it enough and get it to look good. So maybe something like that. And then if we want to add descriptions, if we want to add again the item names and amounts, that could do the description. Since it's an add-on, it's only one thing, it's not a full package. So we might instead want to do just item names and descriptions. Again, the formatting isn't great, but you have to go back into your package to fix up that formatting, and then you can bring it, and then it will update it automatically here. So instead of fixing this one, we're going to go ahead and delete that one and delete the first one that we had, and then just copy this and select our others add-on package. And here you could just write a little text about your different add-ons that they can choose and pick and choose which ones they want. We have a couple of different text boxes. Let's look at some of the different other fields that we have. So I kind of like the two different things that we saw in that first example. One was the budget. So we'll look at how we can add that. And then the second was the date select of when do they want to get started. And then third, what I want to do is show you how to bring in text boxes that would automatically bring in the information from their profile. And if it's somebody new, it will automatically add that to their profile so that you can keep track of information like phone and name and company and so forth. So let's do something like project info, and we should have 3 columns here. So we'll start with a drop down and say something like project budget, and do 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, and I don't know, 0. All right, so, and then the second thing I wanted to do was a date select. So, oh, it's only a 2 column. That works. So we can do what is your ideal start date for this project. And notice this one has a maps to. So you can map this to a project date or a project start date, and it will automatically update that project. So we can make that one required. And then let's copy this section and we'll change this to contact info. And we're going to just add a couple of short answer fields. Short answer is just a text, little text box. Free response is going to be a text area, so more like this one down here that has multiple lines. Whereas this is a question. Interesting. That's not really an option. Oh, there's a yes no question, but no text question. Anyway, that's a short answer. Okay, so let's put in here company name and we'll make it required. And then so here now the maps to has a lot of information. So under client, you can grab the is a company name. There we go. And then oops, do another short answer. Contact required, and that can be client first name or that can be project contact name, depending on how you do things. And the other ones that we can do are things like phone. So we can map that to, that only has the client phone number. There we go. And you probably want email. Again, this contact information will pre-fill if they've already filled this out on another form or if you filled it out for them in their profile. But if you don't have this information already, then it's a great way to kind of get that information. So that's some basic information. You can kind of see how that works. The last thing that we haven't looked at is a yes no question. So we can click on a yes no question and that's an example. Are you happy and you know it? So you have a positive response and a negative response. Very simple type of question. We've done a drop down. Check boxes are similar to the yes no, but you can do multiple options. So we might have this in the project info. Drag it all the way up. It's not letting me do a full column. Okay, I'll just do it here. Check all that you're seeking assistance with, and maybe we'll format this vertically so it looks a little bit better than it wrapping around. If you have a full column, you might want the horizontal so that it goes across. Let's see, any other options? Images are pretty easy. If you want another image somewhere, you just go in and upload an image here, drag that in. We dragged in some multi-columns. If you need a file uploader, this is a nice little, it's doing a full column, there we go. A nice little option here. So you can just upload any files and you could also allow multiple files and you can do file types, so any or image. So we might want to put a little bit of text to kind of precursor that. So we might just add some text that says content for this project. So that matches with that. All right, well, I think that's it. Oh, there's one more thing here. We'll do that under contact info. So project tracking. This is how did they hear about you? So how did you hear about us? And then you can create different sources. So you might have like Facebook, select the color. This will automatically go into your different sources. I have actually different groups in Facebook because I get a lot of business via Facebook, but maybe it's a local contact. And then maybe you have a referral option. And you can also mark this as required if you like, or you can leave it as an optional option. So I think we covered all the different fields. The next step is to just kind of preview it. So we can click on save, and then you can go in and save and preview. And this sometimes comes up. I don't believe that it was overwritten somewhere else, so we'll just say overwrite. It's probably because I saved and then I saved again really quickly. I get that message all the time. I've never had any issues with it. So here it is. It's lovely. We lost the one that was selected, so we could go back and change that. This is a little more interesting. Sample package 3 must have a tax bracket, so that's why we have 4 columns in this one. I didn't notice that before. And then we have our checkboxes for our add-ons, and we have some nice fields here. So if you want to go back and edit, you go just back to edit. And what do we want to edit here? Let's maybe make this even smaller here. So it fits a little bit better. Oh, and we want to pre-select package 1. Go up and click on save and preview again. So there's, if it's a little bit better this time, there's our pre-selected option. Great, it looks good. So then you would go to edit. The options here are really nice. So under settings, you can do an expiration date to a relative date to any of the fields that you have for the project, or a fixed date. So you can say, you know, today's September 22nd, so in 15 days, and count out the 15 days. And then you can show the contract automatically. So we'll add the sample contract. You do have to go in and select which contract you want, and show the invoice automatically, which will add up everything that they've chosen and show an invoice to them. And then allow client to choose multiple packages. If you want them to only pick one package, you can uncheck that. And then you can create a payment schedule automatically for them, so it prompts them to pay right away. And option for them to apply discounts, so you can send them your discount code if you like. Privacy options, these are just kind of question styling, some formatting. Privacy settings, private or public. What this means is if it's public, they can just click on the link and go to a page and see the proposal. If it's private, then they have to go in and log into their portal. And then you can automatically create a new project when the proposal is completed, and you can set up workflows to automatically trigger, and project status and lead capture title. If it's a public proposal option, so if it's on a website, you can automatically set the project status and the lead capture title. and set up different variables. So like if you want company name and then maybe phone number or some way of identifying them. And like new lead, type in and you can use any of the fields that they have available for you. All right, let's go ahead and save. And in order to send it, we need to close. So we'll go in and save and close, and it will probably. All right, so now if we refresh, not sure why it didn't automatically refresh, but there's our web design for packages. And now what we want to do is add it to a project. So if we go to sample job name and go to forms, we can automatically add that proposal to this form. So there's our web design packages. It will give us a preview. So if you need to change anything, again, like I said, I talk with the client or potential client, and I will go in and sometimes select the things that we talked about. So we can add, and if you need to make any changes, you would click on edit. Otherwise, you can just click on send, and it will automatically put together an email for you with a link to the proposal. You can add some other text here. You can also, there is, there we go, get rid of that little pop up there. No, this one, there we go. So you can add custom replies. That's under templates and canned emails. But once you have that set up, you can click on it and add a sample, a saved reply automatically. Otherwise, I try and make every proposal really personable. I go in and I say thank you for contacting me, and I look forward to working with you, and so forth. So then we'll just click on send, and this will update to sent. And then once they view the package, you can see when they last viewed it. And then once they fill it out, then you can see what they filled out automatically. When you click on view, you'll see it filled out. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this helped out. Got started with Dubsado. There's a lot of features and a lot involved, but once you get the hang of it, it's fairly easy to move forward with it. If you like this video and want more content, please subscribe to my channel and look forward to more videos about WordPress and all your mompreneur tech needs.